Well, hello, it's Miriam Schulman here of the Inspiration Place, and today we're sitting down with Jane LaFazio. Jane is also going to be one of our Handcrafted Holidays teachers. Handcrafted Holidays is going to be a group class co-taught by 10 teachers where we're all going to share with you ideas and instructions and projects for you to make your holiday special no matter what holiday you celebrate. Jane LaFazio is a full-time artist since 1998, and she truly believes she is living the life she was meant to live. In that time, she has cultivated a wide range of skills as a painter, mixed media, quilt artist, art teacher, and blogger. She's known for her fun-loving creative teaching style and providing a relaxed, supportive environment in the classroom. She teaches her own art workshops online and at Sketchbook School and at art retreats internationally. Jane's artwork has been featured in Cloth, Paper, Scissors and Quilting Arts magazines many times, and in Danny Gregory's An Illustrated Life, and in numerous books. She also designed stencils for Stencil Girl products. Jane lives in San Diego, California, but I have had the pleasure of meeting her in person in Colorado. So I'm so excited to have her as part of this Handcrafted Holidays team. So today, Jane and I are going to be discussing her process, and also what I was very curious and interested about is her retreats that she leads internationally in painting holidays. So at the end of this interview, we're going to tell you how you can download Jane's bucket list of places that she feels every artist must paint. So we'll tell you how you can get your hands on that download at the end of the interview. So without further ado, here we go with the interview with Jane LaFazio. Jane, I am so thrilled that you have decided to join us for this Handcrafted Holiday team. And also, I'm so excited to have this chance to virtually sit down and talk with you about your art and your business. Welcome to my studio, or to
Thank you.
my virtual.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thanks, Miriam. It's good to be here.
I'm most fascinated about your travel painting trips because they just look so tempting to me. What was the last place you've been to?
The last big trip was, I was gone a month, and it was actually two trips back to back. So the first half of it was a river cruise down the Danube, painting and drawing along our way from Budapest, and we ended up in Prague. And then the second one was Greece. So we flew to Athens and then went out to a small island, Morgos, and that was 12 days. And I'm actually doing the Greece one again this year.
No, take me with you.
Yeah. It's cool there because I don't know how many years ago it was, but I kind of put out there into the world that I wanted to travel and teach places that I could take my husband. And it's really come true. He doesn't go on all my trips, but the fact that he can, and he was on that month-long trip, so it's really great. And I love to travel. I love to travel. 100 years ago, I was a flight attendant, so it's in my blood.
And your husband, is he retired now that he's able to take off these? Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to ask you if your husband came with you. I don't know if my husband would be that adventurous, but maybe I can leave him at home with the cat. So.
Well, my husband goes, he's been to art retreats with me, like when I teach in Arizona for a week, he'll come with me. And so he's learned, and it's his personality. He gets along really well with everyone, and so he can sit at a table full of women talking about, what they made today in their workshop and be perfectly content. So he fits in really well with the group.
He creates as well, or he just likes to chat?
Yes.
Oh, he does. That's wonderful.
Yeah, because I'm teaching on most of the overseas trips, sketching in watercolor. So he does it all with us and does his paint drawings.
Now, how do you actually prepare your quilting with the stitching? Do you actually do a watercolor in preparation for that type of work?
No, I'm not. I'm not a planner, so that wouldn't happen.
You're an improviser.
Yes. Yes, I am. But what I do is I drew in my sketchbook something, and then I either freehand stitch it with a sewing machine, so redraw it on fabric, or if it's an ornate drawing, then I'll put a piece of paper on the back with that drawing and stitch through the drawing.
And you
onto cloth.
teach all these techniques in your classes, is that right?
My yes,
In
my
some of your
workshops and
classes,
some,
yes. Yes.
yeah,
Okay, so now
yeah,
in
for
terms of
most.
planning, how do you get help planning those trips? Do you have help with from an agency?
I have, this is a good story. About how many years ago? 2011, I got an email from a woman that lived locally at the time, and she said, Jane, somebody in my yoga class told me that I should get in touch with you. I do walking trips in France. Are you interested? On the French Riviera, not just France, French Riviera. So I wrote
I
back
need
and
to
I
start
said,
putting stuff out into the universe too, like, the
yeah,
law of attraction.
yeah, I
You
can't
know,
believe it. So I said, I
Miriam,
wrote
we
back,
need someone to teach watercolor during the 1 week your son is on vacation, when he's in camp.
yes, yeah, exactly. So anyway, so I wrote back, yes, yes, yes. And so this woman, her name is Carlo, does all the logistics of my trips, handles all the reservations, does all the hotels, goes on the trips with us. She's fabulous.
Oh, so
I
she
mean,
actually goes and like is the cruise director for the whole thing? Oh,
yes,
that's
yes,
fantastic.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we have to be on the train in 10 minutes, she says. So
Wow.
I just, teach art and hang out with the people. And so it's perfect way to do it.
That's great. And
It's
now,
really
does
great.
she also handle a lot of the marketing for these trips as
I
well?
I she does have a site that markets the trip, but I would say I do the majority of it.
Yeah, because people I would assume would be signing up because they know you and they want to learn from you, besides being in the French Riviera and blah blah. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and her other trips are without artists, and they are strictly walking trips. So they really are marketed to different people. Mine are less walking, but the same locations.
Now, describe the type of person, if you can, like the avatar of the trip person. Who is that person who takes these trips?
It's most of the time it's a woman that travels alone that is over 50, and if she has a husband, he doesn't like to travel.
Yes, I know that.
And if she doesn't have a husband, she doesn't want to go either way. They don't want to go by themselves.
Yes.
And they want to go with like-minded people because, of course, we spend time seeing the country, but we also spend time just sitting and drawing.
So how much
And
of the day would you spend sightseeing versus drawing and painting?
we probably spend about 3 hours a day drawing and painting, and the rest
That's the perfect
sightseeing and
balance.
eating
Yeah.
lunch and going on a ferry ride somewhere across Lake Como in Italy,
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty great. We go to great places.
How do these women bring their art supplies on the plane with to TSA and everything? Do you guys supply them with this stuff when they get there?
No, it's the beauty of watercolor. It all fits in a Ziploc bag. Just a little travel watercolor set, the Niji water brush that holds the water in it. I mean, it's minimal supplies, super easy. So they bring them in. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And
Yeah,
do you ever people like that, like it got lost or they don't have anything? What do you do? Do you share with them, or are you able to?
No,
split
we
them
say
up?
no. No. Yeah. No. Well, I mentioned me not being a planner. Often it's me saying, "Oh, I forgot my pen." Who has one? But yeah, people always have. Yeah, I mean, honestly, everybody has supplies, but we totally share. Like, your pen goes bad, or you need another one. Oh yeah, we become really close because we're together a lot, we're traveling a lot, we're having meals together. It becomes, even though they don't know each other in the beginning, we really build a community on these trips.
Do
It's great.
people become serial trip takers? I mean, do people sign up for more than one of your trips?
Yeah, I have people that have gone on, I don't know the most, but at least 3 or 4.
Wow.
Yeah. And honestly, I think this ties in. A group of these women who've been on the most trips together and who've become friends all met in my online class. One's from Australia, one's from Canada, one's from San Francisco, and one's from Arizona.
That's fantastic. So what was
Isn't
that?
it?
What was that class about that they met?
It was sketching in watercolor.
Oh. That's really cool. I
Isn't
love
it
that story.
the small world thing, how it can come together, and now we're all the best of friends,
Yeah.
and we go on trips together, so it's nice.
Yeah, and it's like you become friends with them as well. It's not just,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really excited about the handcrafted holiday project that you have in mind. Do you want to? I mean, you've already told me about it before we got online together. But was this inspired by one of your trips?
Well, it is inspired by my love of travel. One of the things when I do travel anywhere is looking at the folk art of that country. I'm fascinated by folk art and very drawn to it. I'm wearing a Mexican-inspired blouse, as are you today.
Yes, but I got mine on Etsy.
Well, hopefully somewhere along the line.
Well,
That's funny.
I don't even think it was made in Mexico. I think it was made in like India or hopefully not by starving children, but right?
Anyway, so I love this kind of folk art and crafts, and I like working with my hands and all of that. So my project is inspired based on the traditional mola, which is a reverse applique process originated in Panama about 150 years ago. But I'm doing it with felt because I love working with felt. So felt is accessible. It comes in every color. And what I like the most about it is it's immediate. You just cut that edge and there you go. You don't have to hem it or stitch it or anything. You just cut it and if you don't get it right, you cut it again. So I think it's going to be a cool project.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm so glad that you're going to be teaching with us in the handcrafted holiday class. Okay, so Jane, have you always been an artist?
I haven't. But it's all inside here. It's a big leap for many, many people to say I'm an artist, and it doesn't happen even after one pretty picture,
Yeah, it's something you have to believe inside of yourself, and it's not like what I tell my students. What makes you an artist is showing up to do art. It's not because you're selling it. It's not because you're teaching a class. It's not even because you're good. It's because you showed up.
That's excellent, Miriam. Yeah. I really believe that too. That's good. I like though, just say you're an artist if you show up. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I'm writing that down.
Okay.
I'm going to stitch that on a sampler. No.
Oh. I want a licensing fee on that. All right, Jane, it was so fun having you join me today for this talk. I really enjoyed getting to know you better, and I just can't wait for the Handcrafted Holidays class. It's going to be a lot of fun. So there you have it. On behalf of Jane and myself, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, I promised you that you would be able to get your hands on her freebie, and you're not going to want to miss this. It's a beautiful guide of 10 places you must paint, and I hope you'll find a lot of inspiration from this free download. So what you have to do is, whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you are, you need to hop on over to my blog. There'll be a link wherever you're watching this to get to my blog. You'll scroll down beneath the video, and under the video, look for this button. Click on this button to click to download, and then you just have to enter your name and your email address and click the button, and we'll be sending the free download straight to your inbox right away. You check your inbox, make sure it's there. If it's not there, double check your spam folder or your promotions tab, because we really want you to get your hands on this. And not only that, but you'll be able to be notified of all the other interviews that I'm doing of all the Handcrafted Holidays teachers. Each one is equally exciting and fun, and I really truly hope that you'll join us for Handcrafted Holidays. Registration is open. If you go over to theinspirationplace.net, you'll be able to check that class out and sign up right away. Hope that you'll join us, and I'd love to see you there. Take care and good luck with all your creative adventures.